Welcome to the Soul Infused Monday show, your number one show for an inspired and meaningful week. So let's do this. Today it's all about affirmations. I'm going to share my top 5 affirmations for health and vitality. I'm going to cover why affirmations might not be working for you, how to use them more effectively, and answer a few of the questions at the end of the show. And I had some trouble to connecting in, so I hope you see and hear me clearly. And I'm gonna just dive right in, and thank you for listening. And if you like the topic, please like this video, like this audio, subscribe to my channel wherever you are listening or watching in, and let's dive just right in. So what are actually affirmations? Affirmations are declarations of something that is true. Declaration, something is true. It can be positive or it can be negative. So that's important to understand, because everything we say is somehow an affirmation. So if you say, oh, I am beautiful, is an affirmation, but if you say I'm fat and ugly, it's kind of like an affirmation too. So just to be aware that affirmations are per se not necessarily positive or negative, is really the intention and how we use them, okay? Oh, hi, Tina. Fantastic. So now I can be heard and seen. Apologize for the delay. There was some tech issues. So if you're here right now, leave me a comment below, and I'm diving already right in. So if you have any questions about affirmations, please leave them below. I'm happy to answer them towards the end of this show. Now, let me dive right in why affirmations might not work for you. And let me ask you something else first. Do you currently, or have you in the past, used affirmations in some way or another? And how did it work for you? Like, how do you use them? Is it working for you? Is it not working for you? What's your experience? What are your questions around that? So share with me a little bit, because then I can support you even better. But I want to really point out a few things why affirmations might not have worked for you in the past or not currently. And then I'm going to tell you how you can use them more efficiently. Sounds good? Okay, give me a thumbs up, like this video if you like the topic, and let's dive in. One of the reasons that I see that affirmations don't work, and that's actually so obvious, even though we sometimes don't see it. The affirmations might not work for you when, for example, it's the affirmation is too far away from your reality and too far away from your internal belief system. Like, it needs to have some sort of congruency in order to work. I give you an example of what I mean. Let's say you are in severe pain, like your physical body is in severe pain. Everything is aching for whatever reason. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but some people are really in severe pain. So you're in severe pain, constantly busy with it. And then your affirmation is, I am pain-free. I am pain-free. You know, it's like, and you say that, and there is nothing in you believes it, because you are in such pain. Obviously, that might not be the best affirmation to use in that moment. Another example is, let's say you're broke. You don't even know how to pay your next bill. You don't know how to pay your rent. And then you're saying to yourself, I am financially free. I have all the money I have. I have $100,000 in my bank account. I have $100,000 in my bank account, and you don't even know how to pay the rent next week. That difference, or that, it's like, it's too far of a gap that your subconscious mind is actually even open to consider that as truth. Does that make sense? But there is something you can do to make that actually work. So it's not only bad news here, but one of the reasons that affirmations might not be working for you is that too far away from your internal belief system, from your subconscious mind and your goal and your desire. Okay, that's a big one. Number two, why they might not be working is that you're not using them consistently. But I want to make a distinction what that means consistently also. Like, what I see, and I have done this in the past myself, and I've seen it in clients that I work with, and affirmations is a support for the process, is that sometimes we use affirmations when something is not good or something isn't working the way we want it. For example, I don't know, I am healthy, like, or I feel good. I feel good is a very simple affirmation. I feel good. So maybe you weren't feeling good and you wanted to feel good. So you were using that, and then you start feeling better and you stop the affirmation. So you only do the affirmations when you don't have what you want. So you're focusing on that only when you don't have it, and therefore it doesn't stay consistent in your subconscious mind. Energy follows attention. And I say this many, many, many times. It's one of the most foundational principles in energy. Energy follows attention. And that is also a concept when it comes to affirmations, right? So what you focus on, you get more of. And if you do it just for a period of time and then you stop it, you're not consistent enough. It's like a muscle that you want to train. So that could be one reason that this isn't working for you. Another reason is that, and that's, I think, and that many of these can apply to anybody, and maybe it's only one for you, or maybe it's a combination. But the one thing that I see as super, super crucial that people often kind of just like underestimate or forget or whatever we want to call it, is that they use the affirmations in the hope that it's going to get better, but it's not in alignment with their lifestyle and their belief system or what they're doing. For example, I am slim and thin and I weigh whatever pounds you want to weigh. Like weight loss, a body image is a great example. Let's say I am skinny and healthy. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't really matter what I'm saying. It's just to make a point. So, but your lifestyle is like you're eating sugar, processed food, like you don't exercise. It's like it's totally in disalignment from the affirmation. Your lifestyle is in disalignment from your affirmation, right? If the affirmation would be, I am healthy, and you want to use that I am healthy, and then you don't sleep, you don't drink enough water, you don't take care of yourself, like it does have to be in alignment in some way or another. It doesn't have to be perfect for sure. Otherwise, you would need an affirmation to begin with, right? But it is one of the reasons that it might not work is because it's not in alignment with your lifestyle. Okay, so that's a really important one, and the most important one is that you or whoever is working with affirmations and it doesn't work, it's not addressing the underlying real issue. Okay, that's super, super important. You gotta do the inner work to actually resolve where this disalignment comes from. What I mean by that is there are certain beliefs, there are certain fears, certain emotions, traumas from the past, and the subconscious mind is always louder than the conscious mind. And affirmations are only a support. It's not like a magic wand. It's not like you can say, oh, I'm saying these affirmations a few times a day and then everything is fine, right? No, there's an underlying issue that you want to address. And not doing the inner work and only using affirmation. And I'm not saying that that cannot work. It can. Most people, though, kind of like share that, well, it works a little, but not completely. And that makes sense because it's like this iceberg, right? You have here the affirmation, you're saying something that is positive, and you're scratching the surface, but you don't look what's happening underneath. You don't see what's happening underneath. So the affirmation can't really be as effective because you might say, let's say you say 10 times a day, I am beautiful, just as an example. And then your subconscious mind says about 10,000 times a day that you don't even notice, I am dumb, I'm fat, I'm ugly. Still beneficial to keep putting that little bit on top of it. But you got to do the inner work, that you got to resolve the underlying issue. You got to go to the underlying issue in order to make it work. Okay, does this make sense? Leave me a comment below that I know that you are still here. Okay, so let me tell you how to actually make this work efficiently. Okay? How to make this work efficiently for you, or how to use the affirmations in a better way. So, number one, try to be more in, like, try to find affirmations that are more in alignment with your belief system, with your lifestyle. And I give you an example. Instead of saying, so avoid using those ultra positive, totally unrealistic affirmations. Like, for example, I love myself unconditionally, 24/7. I love everything about me. And ultimately, that's not true. You don't even believe it. So you want to use something that is more in alignment with your belief system. For example, I choose to be kind, or I respect myself, or I honor myself, as love is a little bit too much, or I accept myself. One of my favorite affirmations, and the number one affirmation that I will give you out of my top 5, is I make healthy choices. I make healthy choices. And I apologize, I'm a little bit distracted, but I think there's something going on here today with the live stream that it either is kicking me out or there's some other issue, and I cannot see any comments either. So I might totally not be live right now. So leave me a comment if you do actually see and hear me. I apologize about that, but it keeps me a little bit distracted and I want to be present with you guys. And if this doesn't work for whatever reason, I will just do this again. I will record it for you and send it to you. All right. Let's keep going, just in case you hear me. I make healthy choices. I make healthy choices is the first of my top 5 affirmations for health and vitality. And why? Because I make healthy choices is something that is not like it's something very realistic. It's something very true. And you are constantly making healthy choices. You often just focus on the ones that you don't make, but making healthy choices is such a great affirmation for health and vitality, because if you start the day, for example, using I make healthy choices, you set your tone at what is a healthy choice. It's not personal, it's more action oriented. So I make healthy choices, and then let take micro steps. We are so harsh on ourselves. You put so much pressure on yourself sometimes, but making a healthy choice might be eating an apple before you eat the cake. You could still eat the cake. That you might think that's the bad choice. But if you're making healthy choices, you might choose, okay, I'm going to have the cake, but at least I'm going to have an apple or whatever, like something fresh, healthy, and you focus on making healthy choices. Does that make sense? So I just want to share that first affirmation that I love is I make healthy choices. And in order to make something work efficiently, is you really want to break it down to something that is in some way believable and realistic on some level. So that's how you use them more efficiently, instead of totally exaggerating, totally going out of, like you're in a dark place and you want to get to the light. You're not just flying up there, you got to transition up. You want to have an affirmation that is somehow reachable but higher to what you're aiming for. Okay, that's one thing that you can do to make them work better. Another thing is to do a little bit of a pre-wording, or you adjust, you tweak the affirmation. And I used it already without teaching it. You tweak the affirmation, meaning, for example, if you say, I am successful in my business and I'm earning $50,000 a month. Okay, I'm just coming up with something. And so you say that, and somehow everything in you says, yeah, bullshit, that's so not true, right? Instead of just saying that as a statement, you can use either, and write this down, I hope you're making notes, I choose to believe, for example, or I'm open to believe. That little tweak in front of any affirmation that might really be too far away from your belief system will set a totally different tone and help. For example, if you say, I am open to the possibility to be successful, financially free. I'm open to the possibility that I can love myself. I choose to believe that it's possible for me. And then the affirmation. Because what it does, it doesn't state it as a complete truth, yet your subconscious mind might totally explode, you know. You say, I'm open to the possibility. And do you feel the energy? Do you feel the difference? I'm open to the possibility versus I am. So that's one way how you can use affirmations way more effectively. Okay. Also, in a way to make them more effective is also to understand how they work and to remind yourself that this is supporting your inner work. It's not a substitute for it. It's like, for example, nutrition and supplements. Like, to feel healthy and vital and feel good, you need good nutrition, a good healthy food, nutrients, vitamins, light, water, like your diet, right? Now, and you support that with taking supplements. But the supplements will never substitute a healthy nutrition. They can only support it. You know, if you take supplements and all day long you eat processed food and fast food, and you don't take the time to eat properly, and you don't get vitamins in your body through real food, the supplement is not gonna do that. It's not a substitute, it's a support. So reminding yourself of it and to really creating that lifestyle and the inner work will make a huge difference in how you can use those affirmations. All right, let me take a sip of water. And I'm going to give you a few little extra tips on how you can make them work. Once you've been mindful and you wrote the affirmations down that you want to use, that are in alignment with your lifestyle, that are in alignment with your belief system, you maybe put I choose to believe, or I'm open to believe, whatever it is. You can record them. I do that sometimes, so I've done that in the past a lot. Like, you do a little voice recording and you say those affirmations. I am this, I am that, I have this, I'm open, whatever your affirmations are, and you have them on the go. You have them on your phone, and whenever you have a moment, because the more often you listen to them, the more they will imprint, right? Because again, you're running this marathon against your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is way ahead of you, you know, decades of kind of like imprinted beliefs and conditioning, and now you're starting to kind of like go in competition with that. So the more you do it, the better you will be. So you have it on the go when you record them. Another thing that you can do when you use affirmations to make them a little bit more effective, you want to be present. Sometimes we just read them quickly. Yeah, I'm this, I'm that, and that, but I'm too busy. I'm doing something else. No, you want to be present. You want to breathe. And then what you can do is you can tap. You can use tapping. And even if you don't know what tapping is, it doesn't matter. There are meridian points in our body, and on the surface level, there are certain tapping points. And it doesn't even matter which one you use, but you can use the affirmation and tap into it, like with the intention to tap it into your subconscious mind. I make healthy choices. I need to keep tapping. My second affirmation for you today for health and vitality, my top out of top 5 is, My body restores itself constantly. My body restores itself constantly, or repairs. Okay? See if I can put it in here for you. My body repairs itself constantly. Why is this such a great affirmation? Because it goes away from you. It's so easy to kind of say, oh, I'm so bad, and we're so self-judgmental or whatever it's like. But the truth is, because that's so true, not even your subconscious mind can argue with this. Your body repairs itself constantly. Constantly. You have a wound, it repairs. Even something, if you have a broken bone, it will repair. You lose your hair, it generally grows up, although you lose it forever. But in general, you burn yourself and the skin will repair itself at some point again. So the body is made to self-heal. The body is made to self-heal. The body repairs itself constantly. What a wonderful affirmation. So first, I make healthy choices. Sets the tone for any other affirmation and what you do for the whole day. And then my body repairs itself constantly. Okay. My third affirmation that I want to share with you, I have so many, I really have to bring it down to 5, and that wasn't actually so easy. My third one that I want to share with you is, I can shift my energy in any moment. Okay. I can shift my energy in any moment. Why? Because number one, it's true. Number two, it gives you that empowerment of choosing. And it doesn't mean it has to be gigantic. You can shift your energy in any moment by just simply taking a deep breath. And you want to set the foundation. You don't want to be totally unrealistic so that you give up on them. You want to really be foundational. I make healthy choices. My body repairs itself constantly. I can shift my energy in any moment, and you can tap if you want. Okay, so these are 3 of the 5. You want to know 2 more? The other one is very crucial, and it sounds fairly simple and basic, but we are overcomplicating often, even the affirmations. You want to go back to basics. What is necessary for a healthy and vital state of your body and being? To feel safe. And not feeling safe on a subconscious level creates a fight or flight response. You're constantly in a fight or flight response, and that creates stress in the body, and that actually blocks a healthy state of being, and it blocks the ability for the body to heal itself. So I am safe. Very simple, very clear, and you can use it in that moment, because the truth is, you are safe right now here. You are safe right now in this moment. You wouldn't, as long as you're watching here or listening right now, you are safe. And when you say, I am safe, even though your conscious mind might say, yeah, of course I'm safe, duh. However, one of the most blocking beliefs that we have stored in our system energetically and emotionally is that we are not safe, that we don't feel safe. And it's created very, very, very early in childhood. So I am safe. And if that's too much for you to say, then you say, hey, I'm open to the possibility that I'm safe. Or I know that I'm safe in this very moment. Yeah, so I'm safe is a really, really great one. And my favorite one, I mean, it's not my favorite one, but of course it needs to be on this list. And I give you enough tools to make it work for you, even if you don't believe it, or if you're having a hard time saying it, is number 5, I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. And if that's too much for you, say, I accept myself, or I choose to be kind, or I'm open to the possibility that one day I love myself. I didn't believe that I could love myself when I started this journey. If you know my story, you know that. And yet I just, I was just stubborn enough to go on the path anyway, to keep doing the work every day, every day, every day. Okay. So my top 5 are, I make healthy choices. My body repairs itself constantly. I can shift my energy in any moment. I am safe. I love myself. And if you've said these few affirmations with me, with everything right now, you already feel a shift. If you do feel a shift, let me know. Leave me a comment below. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, take another nice deep breath. So let's recap here real quick. Any affirmation has truth, whether it's positive, negative, and it's really energy follows attention. And the subconscious mind is, yeah, stronger for the lack of better words. And you want to add the positive affirmation to support your inner work. Okay. You want to use them consistently. You want to be in alignment with your lifestyle and in some way believable, and tweak them so that you can reach them. Do affirmations also when you're feeling good, not only when there is a problem, so to say. And do the inner work. Do the inner work, absolutely. Okay, so do you have any questions about anything I've shared? And again, my apologies if that was today a little bit shaky because I didn't know if I was live or not, and I was a little bit distracted in between, and that's okay too. We are all human beings here. And I am happy to take a few more minutes if you have a specific question. And if you liked the show, if you liked the topic, like this video, you don't have to, but I would appreciate it. Okay, so I don't see any questions coming in. You're very welcome. Oh, Tamira, yes, great. Thank you for your wisdom. You're so welcome. Needed to hear them. Thank you, Trine. I love them. Wonderful. Okay, Pamela, thank you for sharing your new affirmation. Fantastic. Now, before you jump off here, take a deep breath and tune in. Don't go yet. It takes 30 seconds. What's your biggest takeaway from this show today? What's your biggest takeaway from this show today? Just tune in for a second. What was most valuable to you? What's your biggest takeaway? And it would mean the world to me if you put that into a comment and share with me and others. Totally optional, but I would so appreciate, and also helps you to anchor your deepest takeaway. And by sharing it, you also give someone else the opportunity to actually tap into your takeaway. So what is your biggest takeaway? Leave a comment below after the show, and I am excited to see you next Monday again. Thank you so much for being here. And I see one takeaway here that I want to share with you so that you can benefit from it too. Trina says, one of her biggest takeaways are that to also use affirmations when everything is good. That's such a great affirmation, because it's the same with exercise. You know, like you feel good, you stop exercising, stop exercise for a couple of months. It's going to be so much harder to catch up, All right. Okay. Thank you again very much. Come back next Monday for another episode of Soul Infused Monday, live every Monday, every week. Bring a friend, bring your positive affirmation, good energy, and let's start this week on a very positive note. Much love. Bye for now.